Mark. Mark's just finished his second game there. Third game. Oh yeah, you've been playing quick. Okay, if you want to come on this side, so we kind of get a backdrop here. Again, quick introduction on yourself to all the viewers, if you can. Just let them know who you are, like what you do, and then I'll ask some questions.
Yeah, cool. So I'm Mark. I've been brought my son Alfie along. You might have seen him earlier in the video. I've had 3 games tonight, won 1, lost 2, so pretty good, better than how I normally play in other games. So we'll take it.
You got one win. You got the win.
It's a win.
A win is a win. So
nobody remembers the losses. You only remember the wins.
Exactly. So as a Magic player, transitioning kind of into a Dynasty player, how did you feel about learning the game and just jumping into the game and the entry barrier of it?
Really easy to get on with. I think the big thing that I really like is always having those resources on every turn. So in some games of Magic, sometimes you'll get kind of mana starve and you'll be stalled out and have a handful of cards and you can't do anything, which becomes really frustrating. I like having the constant availability of having that resource every single turn. And there's a few similarities with kind of the order cards where you can play them at any time, similar to like instances. So again, that transitioned across quite nicely.
So what did you think of actually playing the game? Like, if you were to talk to a whole new player, imagine this is a new player now, what would you say about everything that we've got so far?
Yeah, really good setup. And the decks that we've been playing with are already kind of out the box, they're optimized, they're ready to go. And kind of approachable and easy to get on with. We probably had a 15-minute intro and then we kind of got our way through games. Yes, there's questions along the way, but all the guys have been really helpful and kind of helping us along the way and pointing out the mistakes that we've been making.
Would you say, how did you find the actual action of the game? Did you ever feel like you were always in control, or was there how did you feel in that sense?
So never truly in control, kind of, again, similar to Magic, you kind of have a plan thinking, right, this is what I'm going to do, and then, your opponent will throw in a curveball and it will completely disrupt your plan. And I think the big difference is the ability to move your units as well. Which is, in other games I've played, there's no movement in the lanes, it's all very much, I'm attacking you. So you may have a plan, but then all of a sudden they've moved their resources or units, so they move their units around, and the battlefield's completely different to how you started to attack.
Did you feel like, because you played a lot of similar games with people with similar decks, but did you ever feel like when you're playing against someone playing the same deck, did it just feel like the same deck, or was there some kind of difference?
No, so I think everyone has a slightly different play style as well. I was quite an aggressive player. I probably didn't use the defense mechanism at all, whereas my last opponent, Stacey, she was using the defensive mechanism a lot more. So even though the decks are kind of the same, you always have the boosters that you can switch in and out of, but everyone interprets cards differently and people have different strategies. I kind of opened the game with trying to starve them of resources, so I was bringing out kind of a taxman and a second taxman to try and hinder them a little bit, whereas Stacey kind of built up a board state and went on more of the attack where I was trying to slow down.
Overall, did you have fun?
Yeah, really love it. Really good fun, really interesting concept. And yeah, it's different to all of the card games out there.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah, it's refreshing. It's good to see. And I think moving of the units is very strategic. I think at the beginning you kind of said think of it as a board game rather than a TCG game, and that kind of makes sense. It's a board game that's with cards as well. So yeah, really interesting concept.
Would you recommend to everyone?
Yeah, 100%.
And the
guys are really friendly, really patient. Taught us all how to play. 100%. Get behind it and get in before everyone else does. Yeah.
Would you be coming to more events like this?
Yeah, 100%. I'll be there.
Awesome. After I get Sev's opinion, we'll do some booster packs.
Yeah,
sound good? Awesome. Okay. My name is Hinchy, and over the past 5 years, I've been doing something incredibly crazy. I've been building a brand new trading card game for people to enjoy. The game is heavily inspired by ancient China with different flares of flavor. A game where every move matters and every card tells a story. The game
Dynasty TCG. This is the story of how it gets made. Every decision, every design, every failure. This isn't $1 million studio making a game. This is me and a relentless drive that refuses to die. Welcome to Concept to Card Dynasty TCG.